Zach Dixon here from Zac Dixon Coaching, and today I want to talk about the difference between working hard, working your ass off to achieve something, compared to someone just giving you something. And the two difference of the mentalities, because it's such a different world. It's such a different reality, because I want you to let you know something. If you want something, if you're searching for something that's greater than you, that's like in a vision, and you're like, oh, I want that, it's going to require serious work. You're going to have to get rid of all the crap that you give yourself. You're going to have to, make sacrifices. You're going to have to do those things every single day of your life to achieve it. Things don't just come to you. You've got to work. You've got to push yourself. You've got to strengthen yourself. You've got to do things that you're afraid to do to get to where you want to go. But that's a different world, because there's two different people in the world. There's two different people, and one person, it's a coach, and a coach says something to him. He says, I need you guys. I want you guys. You guys have potential. You guys have potential. You can make something. You can make football. You can make whatever it is. But you've got to work for it. And all I want you to do is practice, practice, practice. One person hears that and says, I'm going to take that on board. I'm going to go home. I'm going to study my opponent. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to train. When it's dark, I'm going to get up when it's early. I'm going to run. I'm going to run. I'm going to beat my opponent. I'm going to do whatever it takes to achieve it. Compared to someone that just hears it and says, yeah, the person said I'm good, so yeah, I'll probably make it. And then they just rock up to training, thinking they've got, guess what, that person doesn't last. You don't know who that person is in 5 years, 10 years. But the person that's committed, the person that says no matter what, they're going to make something out of their life, they usually do. And that requires work. People that say, you know what, I want the fairy tale life. Money's just going to come to me. I'm going to be on a paradise island. That's not real. It's about working, because that person, if they got to that place, had to put in some serious work. From 20 to 30 to 40. You might only see massive results in 10 years, 20 years. But you've got to keep pushing. You've got to keep hustling to get to where you want to go. Because I've actually seen people got given things down to them, didn't have to work for anything. Didn't have to actually achieve it. They're just like, hey, here's money, here's whatever. Didn't have to work for it. That person has low self-esteem, doesn't believe in themselves, and just expects that from everyone. Never wants to push themselves up, never wants to push themselves out of their comfort zone. Why? Because they're being taught, their mind's being taught that they get given everything. You don't want to be that person. You want to work for because that gives you pride, that gives you strength, that gives you what you want. Because if you can actually wake up in the morning and look around and you've actually created a life for yourself in 5, 2, 3, 5, 10 years, whatever it is, that gives you pride, that gives you self-esteem, that gives you confidence. That gives you a certain belief about yourself that nothing, no external thing can give you. Because it comes from within. Self-esteem comes from inside. It doesn't come from, oh, I got this fancy car. It doesn't come from that. Because someone could have just got given that car. But if you had to work for that car, you had to work for that house, you had to work for something, you appreciate it so much more. It feels good. It feels amazing compared to someone that just got given to. So there's two different people in the world. Someone that works for it. This person deserves everything. This person has my praise. Compared to the person that just gets given things and doesn't try to push themselves, doesn't try to better themselves. But guess what? They'll wake up one day and realize that they've got to work for something. And that's a sad moment, because these people are the most saddest people. So I just want you to realize, always work for things in your life. Never just take things for granted, because if you work for something, you get it in your hands, you get the pride of that. No one can take that away from you. No one can say you didn't deserve that because you work for it. So work for things in your life. Live with passion. Boom!